Okay, today is going to be, our focus is going to be potatoes. Potatoes, as you heard, or maybe I think they mentioned that potatoes are highly sprayed, so it's really good to go organic with potatoes. Places like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, this is one potato that we're going to have. It's the broiled new potato. You can get that at Costco. Trader Joe's has things too. So the first one we're going to do is roasted yams. I'm just going to tell you how we do this because there's no really demonstrating. It's not hard. And then we're going to bring it out for you to eat, okay, so you can taste it. The roasted yams is just peeling the yam, cutting them into 1 inch or ½ inch, depending on what you like, cutting up onions, as you see, into chunks, and then separating it all out so they're all loose. It's not one big, huge chunk. Just separate them out and mix it in a large bowl with a drizzle of olive oil, just a little bit of olive oil, just so that they'll roast good. And then you sprinkle a little salt and pepper, roast it in the oven on I usually use a sill pad. I don't know if you're familiar with these. They're really great because nothing sticks to them, and you can use high temperatures on them. I put them in a pan and put everything on there and then roast it, and it's real easy to clean up. Goes in your dishwasher even, whatever, and do it about 30 to 40 minutes till the onions get a little bit of a crispness to them, some soft, some crisp on the edges, and then I'll make them ahead of time, put them into a Pyrex dish, cover them up, and then whenever I'm going to serve them, you could reheat them. Really tasty. The onions make them really, really flavorful. And then the broiled new potatoes, these are the... It's what I used from Costco for you today. You can get fingerling potatoes. These are ones that are a little bit bigger. The fingerlings are real small, and they work really well. I just take those, put them in a pot, boil them till they're done because the skins are left on, and they hold together really well, and just test them to make sure that they're done. Then I'll put them into a bowl. And I will drizzle on a little bit of olive oil so it's all mixed and coated, just slightly, not a lot, don't need to swim. Then I shake on Italian seasoning, just shake it on, so it looks nice. And then I'll put on lemon pepper, a little lemon pepper, and a little garlic salt, because I haven't boiled them in salt water or anything. There's no salt in there except for what you put on. So this is according to taste. Some people don't want a lot of salty taste, or they might not like the lemon pepper taste, so that's according to taste. And you're going to get to try one of those because we've got 50 people here. I didn't expect that many. So you get to try one of those. Now, the other thing that we're going to demonstrate for you today, I don't think there's anything else. The other thing we're going to demonstrate is scalloped potatoes. Usually scalloped potatoes are loaded with, heavy cheese and dairy, and these are dairy-free. So if you're going dairy-free, this might be helpful. And these recipes are also on our website, our church website, under Wellness and Nutrition. So if anybody's watching this later that are not here today, they can look on our website because they don't have the recipes, and it will be listed under sides and vegetables, okay? So first thing we do is we're gonna have cashews that I get these at Costco. This is what I found to be the best buy for the quality, and they're organic also. And they come in bulk, as you see, but I just stick them in my freezer and pull it out as I use them. It stays fresher longer. You could keep them in the cupboard too, but depending on how fast you use it up, it seems to work nice to keep it in my freezer. And then I soak them. Now, if you have a high-powered Vitamix or Blendtec, I think the other one is, you might not need to if you're in a pinch. You can blend it as long as you blend it long enough, and they will come out real creamy. But if you just, maybe a half hour, I just threw these in the night before, and I soak them in some of the water that you see, 2.5 cups of water. I maybe take a half a cup of water with the 3/4 cup raw cashews, and I've soaked them. And this, I'm doing a half a recipe, so it doesn't look like as much as it says on there. Once you've done that, and you add the water and salt, and that you can regulate according to what your taste is, but this is what this recipe will be today. You'll taste it. And blend it up until it's smooth. Because they were pre-soaked, they probably blended really well. And the way you can test if it's good, and let me do this so you'll feel better, is you can rub it between your fingers. If it feels really smooth, then it's done. Now, this looks really runny right now, but as it cooks, whenever you use cashews, they will thicken up. It's great for gravies, great for, like we were doing before, our dressing and stuff. So then, I used the organic gold potatoes because you don't have to peel them. The peels are great just to not have to do that. It's less work. So I use these. You can use russet potatoes, and I slice them about that thick, about, say, a 1/4 inch. And then I take a pan, and all I do is line the pan with the potatoes. And I'm usually cutting as I go because I don't want to cut up a bunch of potatoes that I'm not going to use, and then, they're wasted. Today I did it because we're trying to move along here. So let's take one more. Just try to fit it all in the bottom. And it doesn't matter if they overlap just a little bit. Let's try another one right here. Kind of looks like that. And then you take an onion, which at first I didn't think this was going to, I thought, it's going to be strong. Lou doesn't like a lot of onion. It's just a white onion. If you want a red onion, you can use that too, because those are supposed, because of the color, a little better for you. And I'll show you what it looks like. I just line it like that, you see? And then another layer of potato. And then, see, nice big piece. Now, of course, this is going a little faster than if you were just slicing as you went, but it's really fast anyway. It's a very fast recipe. So we can get extra in here. And if you like it even thicker, just cook it longer if you want each of them done. Okay, let's move this out of the way and let you see. And then we're going to, we did all but that. Pour this over it. Looks really juicy, wet, but it's going to thicken up as it cooks. And then I take a little paprika, shake on the top. It gives a little color. And that's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. Kind of hard to tip it up. Anyway, and then I will cover it with foil. Bake it in the oven for, what did it say, at 375 go 45 minutes, test it. If you can stick your knife into it and it's done, then fine. Then I usually take just a little bit of this non-dairy cheese. I happen to use Daiya cheddar cheese, and I'll sprinkle over the top and then just put the foil back on. You can, if you're going to serve it right away, put it back in the oven for just a little bit longer, or just what I did here for you yesterday, I baked it, put the cheese on, and then just, it was done. You know, it starts melting on its own. But you can, if you're going to serve it right away, you want it to melt a little bit on it, and that's it. It's really fast. And it's not hard at all. And it's not a ton of cheese, depending on what you like, or if you don't want cheese on it at all, you don't have to. But this one I get. Now, we saw this film a year ago, and it's been a journey for us too, because there's a lot of change, you know. And I started, because I'm the shopper and the cook, I started looking and finding places. And on the back of here it says that Vitamin City, not far from here, right off Arrow Highway, is a great resource for organic. They will even get what you want if it's not there. Every Wednesday and Saturday they come in with fresh produce. And it lasts, you know, they keep it through the week. But if you want it straight from the farm, wherever they get that, they always have organic produce. Everything's organic. And their prices are really good compared to, you know, Whole Foods is really expensive. There, and then Trader Joe's has a lot of organic now. And, you know, there's just so many places now. Places like Ralph's and Vaughn's and Albertsons, they're part of the same. They're a lot there too. So you just have to start thinking, and you don't have to do it all at once. Just say, what are the top dirtiest that they serve out there? Is strawberries, and what is it? Spinach, strawberries, potatoes. What else? Apples. Just start with that. You know, just say, I'm going to start with a few things. You know, it's a journey. You're not a sprint. You know, we're not trying to do it really fast. So we've been slowly transitioning over to doing more and more of that. But it's good. I think there's a lot of information. I had no idea that all this was going on until more recently, you know. Okay, any questions? Let's bring it out so you can taste it, okay? No, it's on Arrow Highway. Arrow and Bonnie Cove. Yeah, right there, Vitamin City. It's got the address. Start serving everybody. Here.
Thank you.
Got it?
I want to thank
Daya.
Robin for the demonstration. Okay, just want to let you know the programs coming up for the next 3 meetings. Okay, the next meeting is going to be on sleep apnea by Dr. Louis Rowe. Okay, he's going to talk about sleep apnea. So that will be in March, the 4th Saturday of March. We will make more announcements. Now in April, we are going to attempt to walk you through the steps of food preparation. Where to buy the food and how to prepare the food. Okay, because we realize that some people go home, they go, that looked really simple there, but when I go home, something got lost. Okay, so we're going to show you where we shop, how we prepare the food, whether it's batch preparation for the whole week, because we know some of you are busy, you are working, and how do you do that step-by-step easy transition. I will also share with you my story, because I didn't eat like that years ago. Okay, if you know how I ate before, you'll probably be shaking your head. Okay, so I'll share a part of my story with you, and Pastor Lou will share a part of his story with you. Okay, how he transitioned also. So you can see we didn't transition overnight. It did take time. Okay, and then in May, Gian Luis is going to come back and do the second part of his presentation. Remember, he talked about carbohydrate, protein, and He's going to talk about vitamins and phytonutrients. Okay, that will be in May. And for the rest, we haven't decided yet, but I'm trying to contact a gentleman who I met during this last health conference. He's actually in Monrovia. He's a PhD, and I'm trying to get scheduled with him to see whether he can share his story and how he went from here to here. All right? And then we're going to keep going. So if you have any other suggestion that you would like to see us present, anything, please come and let us know, okay? Because we want to share things with you that you are interested in, not just what we want to share with you. All right? Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy yourself. Is it good? Yeah, see? Delicious. Thank you. Oh, by the way, how many of you really think that organic is really, really, really expensive? Okay, how much more expensive do you think it really is? In some cases, double. Okay, so what's that? Okay, so the non-organic looks more appealing. Okay, how did it get to be so beautiful? Okay, if you look at fruit and vegetables that are grown naturally, okay, if you find vegetable with holes, praise the Lord, because that bug didn't die, and neither will you. Okay? That bug didn't die, neither will you. Because we used to subscribe to organic produce from the Central Valley. They will truck it down every week. But unfortunately, they eventually went out of business because not enough people buy Abundant Harvest Organics. We used to subscribe to them. They will truck it down. Okay, not enough people process it because you have to eat food in season. And some people didn't know what to do with some of these things, okay? And they got tired of eating broccoli for 3 weeks in a row, which I can eat broccoli for every week of the year, which is not a problem for me. But eventually, and some of those fruits and vegetables are not perfect. They are a little bit crooked. They are a little bit funny looking. Okay, but the problem is, how did that thing look so beautiful? How much wax is on the outside? How much pesticide did they spray to get beautiful? And we have to be smart shopper also, because the other day I went shopping. I'm not sure. I went shopping at H Mart. Okay, it's an Asian store. We happened to stop by. It was yesterday afternoon. The organic apples was $3.49 or $3.99 for 3 pounds. And so was a regular Fuji apple in the same weight, okay, for the same price, for the same weight. The only thing is the non-organic looks better. It's bigger, it looks better, okay? The organic ones are smaller. You know what the paradox is? If you eat the non-organic, eventually your medical bill will be bigger. Just like the apple is bigger. Your medical bill will be bigger. And your tumor will be bigger, exactly. And you may be bigger. I'll just be very honest with you. You may be bigger because you see people gain weight and do all kinds of stuff when they don't eat the non-GMO organic, okay? Because this is one thing that Mrs. White said in her writing. I couldn't find it because I read it before. She said towards the end of time, the safety of our food supply will not be guaranteed. She said that, which means that she encouraged God's people to learn how to grow their own food. But you know, God never leaves us hanging. That's why he sent the non-GMO and organic movement, so that God's people can have something to eat that does not damage the body. So you have to see the goodness and the providence of God, that he provides this, okay? So that we can have something to eat without killing ourselves, without damaging our bodies. And that is, the message we're trying to get out. So if you still want to eat it's up to you. That's your choice, okay? Because I just spoke to Pastor Lou, and we look at our own food budget, okay? we don't spend that much more. You know why? Because we don't buy all the processed stuff anymore, which can be more expensive. We just cook ourselves, okay? And we just eat simple stuff. And there's something very interesting. My patient used to bring me candies and chocolates and cookies. You know what they bring me now? They bring me their own tangerines, the produce from their garden, okay? Eggplants, Swiss chard, because they know what I eat, and I'm sharing the health message with them. And some of them are changing the way they eat and the way they do things, and they are feeling the effects. So we are here, each one of us. Pastor, talk about it. Where's the pastor? In the kitchen. We are what? Each of us are what? Missionaries, right? We are God's representative. We are ambassadors. Okay, the health message is what God has blessed us with, and we need to share that. Okay, that is part of it. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope to see you in March. Thank you. Oh, Harry wants me to announce to you that 5:30 is Get Connected. Your guest coming. Okay.